Oh my. Oh my. Oh my.
You are now tuned in to the Revolution Podcast.
Yo, what it is, you know what it is, man. I don't even know what I'm saying. Anyways, it's your boy J Love. You tuned into the Revolution. As always, we trying to revolutionize your mind, revolutionize your spirit. Maybe even, I've been told I'm pregnant, so we trying to revolutionize your body as well. As always, I got with me some amazing people. First off, my man Mark DeMoica. What's going on, Mark?
What's going on, man? Greetings and blessings, people.
For sure. Also, I have the incomparable, the amazingly beautiful, the first lady of this whole joint. Give it up for Miss Cherie Marlene Mercado.
Hey, everybody.
And brand new to the team, about to bring us, all of the, what's going on, because she always in the mix, always over there in Hollywood doing her thing. The fantabulous and amazingly gorgeous Butterfly.
I'm in the building.
Butterfly.
Tap in. I'm all the way here.
Okay.
I made it. I have arrived.
You have arrived?
Yes.
Okay, with your fabulousness. But look, we're going to jump right into this because everyone right now is talking about this, and we're going to try to do it in as much of a, what is the word, an objective fashion as possible. But Miss Butterfly, this whole WAP thing that's going on. Now, the older I get, even though I'm not old, I'm not like the dude over there, Mark DeMoica. I'm not old. But the older I get a little bit more conservative. I grew up on groups like Two Live Crew.
Wait. Did you just bring them up in that WAP situation? Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just checking.
And I'm saying, groups who allegedly were explicit.
Uncle Luke.
I use the word allegedly.
Uncle Luke.
But and obviously NWA, and there was so it's not like this is anything new, but maybe for me, it's a little harder, I guess, when it comes from women. I know Little Kim did her thing, right?
Of course.
But just, man.
That's my girl. Okay. Big ups to Little Kim. I just had to throw that out there.
But for the
she's the originator, so let's be real.
Yes.
Okay, but God, I actually read the lyrics.
I actually haven't heard the song yet.
Really?
I haven't heard the song yet. I haven't. I've seen all of the controversy about it, but I was like, I'm gonna wait till my birthday to hear the song and be in a tub with some wine and just be on my Ratchet tip and listen to the song.
Okay.
So
I want to hear that conversation after Monday's bathtub situation.
Miss Cherie Marlene, I know you and I had a discussion.
Yes.
What are you feeling about? I mean, because, as an independent, strong woman, in the 2020s, is that how we say it now? Because it ain't the 90s, it's the 2020s.
Yeah, well,
okay. What? I mean, come on, am I tripping or is it a lot?
So I kept hearing about it too. So I'm like, I'm going to listen to this. I was alone in the car. Every single lyric. I was like, what? Oh my God. So the thing that kills me is this. As a grown adult, to your point, if you want to feel ratchet and have your moment, fine. My issue is kids. This is who we're applauding in the world, right?
Right.
This person's amazing. This person's amazing. So we can't be surprised as parents when these little girls come out half naked and are trying to mimic this. That's my issue.
Right. I agree with that. But I don't think female rappers should be role models to children. Like, parents shouldn't let their kids, because I'm a female rapper. So I feel like I would never let my daughter or their homegirls listen to my lyrics and my words, we shouldn't be looked at as role models because we're gonna say ratchet stuff. We're not the role model type. Don't sit there and be like, we're gonna watch them on Sunday morning and have our Bible out because you're gonna be disappointed because rap is sex is rap, and it's like these ladies are doing their thing.
Just rap is just sex.
I feel like
what about Karis One and
I feel like right now what's hot is the ratchet movement, the hot girl movement. I mean, I didn't make it up. It sells. I didn't make it up. I mean, I like it. If you guys think that your kids shouldn't listen to it, turn it off or do the parental thing. But they doing their thing. Nicki, Cardi, Megan Thee Stallion.
Can I just say one thing?
Big ups to y'all, okay?
How as a parent then who doesn't necessarily have the kind of control over their children because one, they work or whatever.
It's on the radio though.
No. So my question is what is the result then? I mean, it's easy to just say turn it off, and it's easy to say be a responsible parent, but we know there are non-responsible parents. So my question is then what do we do then? Do we just let it go?
Well,
how do we
let's
play
go
this?
further. You can't turn it's on their phone.
It's
That's
everywhere.
my point. And I was sharing this with you yesterday. As a kid growing up, I heard all of the radio versions of every song, right? So I'm over here loving all of these songs. Now as an adult on Spotify, everything's explicit. So I'm over there dancing with my kids, and then I hear this lyric that I didn't even know was there. And I'm like, oh, I can't hear that one. Sorry. These are some of my favorite. They'll change the lyrics on the radio, right?
I hear
to make it more appropriate. So that's my challenge. There needs to be more resources then.
So what do we do?
Right.
Is my question. So I mean, throwing it out there. I mean,
I'm kind of lost for words because it's like sometimes we're jamming in the car and then music does come on. We should just know to put on kids' music when we're in the car, or just try to
you mean
control
be responsible
it
and be
try to control it as much as we can. But I don't think we can hide it. I mean, it's too exposed.
Okay.
Everything is exposed, so it's no way we can hide it. We just need to talk to our kids and let them know what's out there and what's good and bad and what to be cautious of.
Well, you said the magic word.
Do.
You said the magic word. We need to talk to our kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think it's extremely important. I mean, I don't know how old your child is.
5 and 6, and they're already whoop, whoop, whoop. So
and
you can't hide it.
Okay.
It's there.
And I know you have 13 and 15, Cherie, and I have 23, 20, and 18.
Wow.
And Jay has 18 and
9.
So obviously, at some point we are responsible and have conversation with our children, which is the most important part.
Yes.
Is because I remember telling my children, you can't hear this kind of music, this, that, and the other. And they're looking at me like I'm crazy. And now I got grown kids and the conversation is totally different.
Right.
I mean, it's a whole different kind of conversation, and I have a daughter who, I'm very cautious on how I show, even how I react to her mother.
Right. That's important.
Because first and foremost,
you're the first example.
Well, I can actually say my kids have not seen my wife and I have an argument.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And because I know what that looks like, my mother and father's situation, I will never, ever, ever do that to my children. So that's the key. But I think that the talking is the most important part. I mean, to answer my question is what do we do is the dialogue needs to happen.
Yes.
And
but it's
on
just
both sides.
unfortunate though that they're getting exposed to. I mean, I know you haven't heard the songs, but to your point with rap in general, the lyrics are just so vulgar. There's sometimes it might be a lyric or a verse, right?
Yeah.
But it's the whole song.
Oh,
well,
wow.
I only got into 2 verses and I had to turn it off.
Nope, I made myself listen to the whole thing.
I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. I was like, okay. I mean, because I'm from the time of Little Kim. I get it, but it was some things were subjective. And you had to think about it. Now it's very all in your face.
Right.
So do you think it's tricky with because the cover looks like it's so innocent, it's going to be about bubblegum hair, rainbows and butterflies.
Of course.
So then that's the part to me that's misleading to the younger generation.
I can agree to that. But when I look at it, I'm expecting to get some hot girl stuff, but you guys got me scared.
No, I don't mean to scare you. No, but here's the thing
song.
about it. You said that you look at the cover and it's, whatever.
It's cigarette ads, basically.
And it's,
Yes.
and it's basically what print media does is they show you the right hand, but they don't show you what the left hand is doing. So it's and then because you've had the conversation with your kids or whatever, but for those who haven't, they'll go ahead and go get it. Now, those are the people they want to get anyway. It's because they don't necessarily know what it means or what it says. Well, it looks bubblegum to me, so I'm going to go grab it. So there's another person to purchase it versus...
I just say this. I don't know how they doing a radio edit.
It's gonna be a bunch of bleep, 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 bleep.
Well, no, it reminds me of
the whole thing.
Well, it reminds me of when they would try to play "Ain't No Fun." That ain't no fun. No, not even that one.
Other people's property.
No,
OPP.
No, not even OPP. What's the other joint that was? Because I'm like, how do they even try to play this on the radio? When I met you last night, baby.
Oh, I know you're talking about before it opens
what?
up your gap. I know that. That's from fifth grade. I had a respect for your lady. I used to sing that walking to elementary school.
Wow, see, that's what I'm talking about.
But it was bleeped out, but I still
but
knew.
that song would bleep.
So that's my point.
Yes.
So that's my point. And these children are not emotionally mature enough.
They aren't.
To them, it's just about, to make money in this world, this is what you have to do, and this is how you have to be. Because to your point, it sells, right?
Yes.
Sex been selling forever.
Yes, I didn't make it up. Don't make it like Butterfly said, oh, sex sells. Let's throw stones at her.
It's been selling forever.
It's like, yeah.
But to your point earlier, too, it's really beyond the parents' control, because everybody has a phone. So even if I'm only allowing my kids to listen to, what is that? The remade, the Kid Bop stuff? Yes. I'm not. But if I was, it doesn't really matter, because they're going to get the real version.
Yeah, they're going to
let's do Kid Bop. Do that, right?
They're going to get it from their friends or their homies or all kind of stuff.
Everything. Yeah.
So it's everywhere.
And this brings me to my next point, and really what I want to talk about today is, because I can't stop seeing this on social media, is the whole hashtag save our children or save your children, and just everything that has to do with like child trafficking, pedophiles, even porn, like, it's crazy. And we kind of touched on this before, but it's just like, I'm really torn, because I've recently had to deal with some things in my own home, and it's like, what do you do? Because like, for example, I definitely am down with the whole save our children. Like, I wanted to read this quote. I was looking for it, but I guess here's a number that they threw out. 22,000 kids go missing every day. So I guess that's 916 per hour, right? That's hard to fathom, right?
That's sad.
Like, that's hard to fathom that, and I guess here's the point I want to make, and then I'm going to defer to you guys to tell me what you think on this. But like, I just feel like I don't know how to fight. Like, I guess this is like the way they're pitching it, and I'm not trying to make it seem like, less than or whatever, but like, it's this global organization, underground organization that's the mighty and the powerful. I don't know how to fight them, but I'm really on some like, okay, we really want to make an impact in this, because everyone I know who has ever been molested, raped, assaulted, I would venture to say 90% of them, it happened within people that they know, and even more so people in their family. Like, I can't fight a giant organization, but we could blast out these pervert uncles, these, and not just uncles, aunties too, you know what I mean? Yes. And cousins and all this stuff. Like, what is the solution? I mean, because like, this is ridiculous. Because when you started talking to people, it's almost like if it hasn't happened to you, you definitely know somebody within 2 feet of you that this has happened to. Like, what do y'all think on this, man?
I think that like this world is just sick right now, and the masses are controlling all of this stuff. I feel like it's crazy, because it's hit my home, even my home. Like if you put the LOL dolls in ice, they have on full blown lingerie.
We were just talking about that.
It's like,
what's the LOL doll?
So they're little dolls.
It's a craze right now.
They're the little dolls that all the little girls are into. My friend actually just posted about this. If you dip them, they're little. You take the clothes off them, you put them in cold water. They have lingerie, fishnet.
Yes. They're killing Victoria's Secret models right now.
They're
the LOL
kids.
Dogs. And
thank you, Lord, that
they're
I don't
training
have a
them
little girl right
to, you know what I mean? Like, if this wasn't exposed, like, how would we know that? Like, we've invested so much money in buying our children these things.
But the kids figure it out.
And they figure it out. It's like, here, Mom. And it's already too late to explain to them, like, okay, little LOL got on a 2-piece with some pasties and some G-strings and fishnets. Like, it's like, it's so scary.
Wow.
It's scary.
Well, even like the troll doll, right? That movie was huge. And they had a troll doll where the package says that the button is on the belly, where she will, the girl will make phrases, right? Like 6 or 7 phrases.
I can't believe that.
The button is not in the belly. The button is between her legs.
No way. I dropped the mic.
And when you... No, this is real. And when you push the button, so obviously majority little girls are buying this.
Right.
You push the button and she says stuff like,
oh my goodness.
Like it's cute or it's funny or it's fun to touch between your legs.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Here we go back to, what is, so what do we think about that? I mean, the conversation is extremely important. And the fact that we're having this conversation on this level is very important. Point being, we brought up, the album cover of the W.A.P album, whatever, and now we're talking about LOL dolls. I mean, so it's even going down even further to the young, where it's being acceptable. I mean, it's like when I grew up, we look at cartoons as violent. People call those are
Pepe
violent.
Le Pew was a sexual predator.
But he was, but we didn't know that until you got older.
Right.
But I mean, if you watch, it's been said that from a child from being, old enough to sit in front of the television to like 5, have seen over 10,000 episodes of violence.
Mm-hmm.
And so it gets to the point where you become so numb.
Right.
That it's not a big deal. Because, we watch Warner Brother cartoons and like, oh, that was a great cartoon. No, there's some serious violent cartoons, serious racist cartoons, serious, like a whole lot of things that were going on, but we were numbed to a sense where it's like because we watch it repetitive. Same thing now is like with the video games and all these other things. It's like there were so many things that I was watching a video game my son was playing, and I can't play video games because I got addictive behavior and I'll be in front of that TV forever. But I watched this game and I'm like, dude, the reality is so clear.
Well, come on, you could grab a hooker in Grand Theft Auto, and you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
Oh my God.
No, this is
What is going on?
But
That's crazy.
they're getting to the point now where it's watering it down so much that it becomes this gray area because there's no black and white anymore. And we talked about this last week about this gray area. The gray area is so much larger now because we want to put all this stuff in there, and it's okay. And then we don't even talk about, religion and pedophilia and all that other stuff. We don't want to go down that road, but it's being accepted there as well. So it's like,
because they're making like little dolls for, like, it's some sick shit going on. They're making little dolls for pedophiles. It's like, don't touch the kids, but play with the doll.
They got blow up dolls?
Yes, blow up dolls and little baby looking.
But
okay,
it's freaking crazy.
I don't think it's anything new, though. I think it's just always been there, just more subtle. Like, what about all the Disney stuff, right? So I just think people are just now putting
in Disney,
right, but it's all subconscious, subliminal messaging, so it's always there. It's just more in our face now, or people are just talking about it now.
Okay, so how do we combat that?
Yeah, like this. Everybody, I'm telling you, I've seen this hashtag. I mean, at least in this week alone, at least a couple of thousand times. Wow. And people are, because what they did is they took like, okay, Breonna Taylor, right? Everybody was hashtagging, Breonna Taylor, arrest the killers or whatever. And it went from Breonna Taylor to like save our children.
Well, what about the young boy that just got shot last week? The little white boy.
What happened?
I know what you're talking about. but I'm saying in this specific thing, like it's almost like what do you do if, come on, 22,000 kids every day are taken
$9.50 an hour. That's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids. And like, again, for me, I have to like make it, I got to put it in bite-sized portions, right? I got to put it in bite-sized portions and go, okay, look, I don't know necessarily what I can do, especially if it's like supposedly like these billionaires, right? Jeffrey Epstein and, and all this. But I remember like growing up, there, I'll put him on blast. I don't care. We had this pervert uncle, right? My uncle Diego, and it was just a thing.
Shit.
It was just a thing in the family. Everybody knew that, like. And I remember my mom telling me that he tried to rape her when she was little, and the only reason she got away is because she hit him with a shovel, right? Wow. And then when she told the adults, they were like, "Oh yeah, they
under the rug."
Yeah, like no, that's not what it was. He was playing with you. He was just being playful with it.
So,
but like,
I don't understand.
But then like as we would get older and like all the aunts would be like, oh yeah, he tried with me too. And oh yeah, he tried with me too.
And he still didn't do no jail time?
No, because people, but this is my point is like, we need to blast out these like perverts in our family. Like, I don't know what I could do about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes, it starts in the family.
But like, cause I remember even, it was so much, like it was such a known thing that like, I remember when my grandmother passed away, and I was newly married, right? And we went to the funeral, and this dude came to like, cause this was his thing. Whenever he would meet any woman, he would kiss her on the neck, right? So I don't know, the Bruce Lee, the finger punch, like you put the finger and then bow, right? So I did I put my finger in his chest. He came to, talk to my wife. So I did the finger in his chest and I said like, bow. Like, look, homie, no, like it ends here. This generation, I don't care. Like, I'll blast you out. You a pervert. Go walk over there. And everyone at the funeral was like, oh my God, I can't believe you said. I'm like, but really, the rest of y'all gonna let this dude be a pervert for 50, 60 years? Right. So I'm saying, for me, I think it's more important that we stop with these family secrets and stop with all of these little things that we, everyone knows, but we don't talk about. Right. And like, I'm sorry if that's your brother or your cousin or your whatever.
He's sick.
But when did that loyalty become so strong So much so that now you become on the wrong side too, though. See, I just feel like if it's within my own family, I don't care how hard it is right and wrong is wrong.
Right.
And if we can't protect children,
Right.
I mean, those are the most innocent beings. And if we get nervous and scared in certain situations as adults and feel like we don't have a voice, what about them?
True that.
Right, because a lot of kids, they feel like, oh, my mommy's going to be mad because now I have to blast out her boyfriend or her new man or her husband.
That bothers me,
You know
because
what I mean?
when
It's
did
crazy.
children feel the need to protect the adult?
Right.
That's what's frustrating
It's happening,
to me.
though.
But
It's
that's
happening.
not their burden to carry. So that's frustrating. So I actually agree with you. I wish we could be a voice for all the children. And I know what you're saying on a smaller scale, but then what? Like, what else could we do?
Well, I mean, number one, us talking about this right now is a
Yes.
big deal because no one like this topic is taboo.
Right.
Because I'm sure if we really start to get deep into it, we can get into our own family histories, and then all of a sudden now people that we know are uncomfortable, and they like, wait, who are they talking? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, let's be honest.
I'll
Right.
just say me too.
You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. Like, if we really get honest, and I'm going to say something that's really unpopular, but I think going back to what you said about, when did this loyalty begin? I'm sorry. I don't think that because someone's related to you, they get some kind of immunity
I agree.
or
No
some kind of
pass.
pass. I'm sorry.
No.
I don't believe
Not at
that.
all.
I don't believe that just because we're related, all of a sudden you have some special kind of, diplomatic immunity. I think that if we really want to take care of kids, it starts at home, right?
Right.
And the children in your house should know that, I got you. I got your back. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care who it is. I got your back. You feel me? Because if they can't feel safe at home,
Right.
then we have no, because here's the thing, if they're not safe at home, then yes, for sure, the whole big global thing, they have no hope whatsoever.
Right.
But if they know they got a refuge and a place to come to, and that you're going to at least, like, should I say, even, is it too much to ask to listen? I'm not even saying believe,
Right.
right? But like, listen to your kids, or even if it's not your kid, if a kid comes to you and says, and yes, has there ever been cases of kids lying? Yes. Has there ever been cases of things where it wasn't what it was, Yes. But we got to start with first, like, okay, tell me what happened.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm not going to be afraid to go over and say, hey, so-and-so, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt your feelings. But look, this is what was said. We need to get to the bottom of
And
this.
I think it goes back to what Butterfly said about the other topic, which is communication. Like, I remember being very young and my dad having a conversation was very uncomfortable for me because I was so innocent that I was like, wait, what? He said, if anybody ever touched you inappropriately, and you know what I'm saying with that, private parts, whatever, he's like, I don't even care if he said, anybody. Me, your mother, anybody. Obviously, he didn't mean him, but he wanted to get down to the ridiculous of you know that I love you. And so that actually helped me because it was so far out in my brain. But when I was at family gatherings, I had that little bit of caution now, like, oh, so not everybody's friendly and loving, and I shouldn't trust just anybody, remembering what my dad said. So I think it's just preparing our children for the world we live in and not stop making everything so taboo.
Like fairy tale.
Right. How old were you when that happened?
I would say I was probably about 6, 7.
Okay.
I was young.
But I mean, still, that's the important part. It has to be instilled early.
Exactly.
But I feel like I saw the world differently after that,
Well, of course.
right? Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
People
But even
would
think
hurt
about
me?
growing up, there was always that go kiss your auntie, go kiss your
Yeah.
uncle. Like, and you force kids to do this.
Right.
And I remember that growing up, and I used to be like, because I used to have this one auntie who always like would just big wet lips kiss me on my neck. And it was just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll say this, I don't care. I'm gonna share, but like I my first experience was like my first sexual experience. I was like, whatever age you're in the second grade. I don't know what age that is.
Seven.
What the heck?
Seven.
And it was an older relative, right? An older girl. And so it was that whole, and I didn't even realize till years later that I was, because it was a girl, right? Yeah.
Right.
So I didn't realize that I was abused. I just thought, it started with the, you show me let me see yours, I'll show you mine.
They praise the woman for messing with the younger guys. Like Boosie, think about what Boosie said. Like, he paid for his son to get
Right.
they praise, like, it's so stereotypical. Like they praise the guys for losing their virginity early, but
Right, and that's what I'm saying, and that's why,
just so crazy.
because of that, I didn't know. I mean, I know now that it was dysfunctional
Yes.
and that was abuse. I was molested.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't know at that age. And even like, you know, your body reacts a certain way. So the first time that
you thinking it feel good.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
It was like, yeah.
You're
Well,
not
no.
thinking.
No,
You
it
know
does
yeah,
feel
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'm gonna
It
be
feels
real.
good.
Right.
So the first time, you know, you have oral sex, or the first time, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And yes, I'm going to keep this secret. This is a fantastic secret to keep, right? And you don't understand what it does to you. And then you mix that with porn, and you mix that with just, you know, everything else that comes, and you become a dysfunctional older person or adult, whatever, right?
Right.
And you wonder why people are deviants and perverts and all these things.
Well, you were exposed too early.
Yeah.
Because your body is supposed to go.
The mind didn't catch up with
right.
the.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you've done something that your mind wasn't even ready
for.
And so, you know, and then because it's addictive.
Yeah.
I need that. And it's like you need to chase that high again. So it's like you're doing it, and now you're going into a whole situation and a lifestyle that necessarily is not where it was supposed to be for you, obviously.
Right.
But the point is now you got to deal with it.
Right.
Well, and you're so emotionally immature that you're almost convincing yourself, well, because I enjoyed it,
it was
that
okay.
it was right.
I'm not a victim.
Right.
Not realizing the damage it's doing to you at such a young age.
No,
and
absolutely.
also, you don't want to put the family member under the bus because you love this person and you think that they wouldn't do anything to hurt you.
But it's bigger than that. It's when you get old, because this went on for years, right? And then when you get older and you start going, oh, now that I know it's wrong, right? I can't even talk about this because now, you know, this person's family might get upset.
Well, now she's
my
married.
family
my
might get
mom,
upset.
yeah,
But now it goes back to that's not your burden to carry.
Exactly.
God, that frustrates
Snitch.
me.
Tell.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, but
Let it out.
That's the biggest thing I'm telling you, because I recently had something in my family, and my thing is I had to change the way I've been brought up to think, because I would always mess with it. Like, even up to recently, my little nieces and stuff, or anybody who little tattletales, quote unquote, I'd be like, all right, Takashi. Takashi, right? Like, I'd be on them like, quit being Takashi. And now I'm like, no, you know what? Be a tattletale.
Yes,
I want you to be a tell everything. I don't care.
Yes.
Like, I had to change, because we have to remember a lot of the way we were raised, just because we were raised doesn't mean it was dysfunctional.
Yes.
Like, and so I had to like really, and now I'm telling all the kids like, yo, I want you to, I don't care if it's like, oh, she took my gum. Thank you for telling
Yes.
me. Like, I want it to be so ridiculous that you will tell me everything, because if not, kids will hold on to secrets, because some of it is peer pressure, right? Some of it is peer pressure. Some of it is literally like, you better not tell.
Yeah.
That whole threatening thing. The other part is they scared.
Yeah.
They don't know. And if like, it just goes back to, they have to feel safe, because we can't even talk about the billionaire, you know, child trafficking ring until we talk about this home stuff, and like at home going, look, no, not anymore. We're killing this right now.
Well, I think the big thing, what you just said, is the important part is the fact that they've got to be able to trust. And the problem is there's not enough trust, especially amongst family. I mean, if you come from dysfunction, you know, there's no trust. And so that leads to farther distrust, which means you're going into a world that you're not trusting anyone.
Right.
So, and if you can't even do it at home at 5 years old, what's going to happen when you turn 18 and you hit the real world?
But I think the problem is the minute we tell our children, and I think this is more of a before me generation, you're to be seen and not heard, you've completely taken away their voice.
Well, here's the problem with that phrase. I come from that generation.
Same.
Well, the problem is now is you don't want to hear me, I'll show you.
Yeah.
And now you can't get rid of it.
Right.
And they blasting every day.
Well, look, I know we don't necessarily have all the answers, but we definitely want to hear from you. So hit us up, you know what I mean, on Instagram at The Revolution Podcast. We need to talk about this. You know, we definitely want to hear what you guys have to say, what your opinions are, what your thoughts are. And we're obviously going to keep this conversation going. But for right now, we got to go pay some bills, because you know what that is.
Yeah.
So, as always, you know what I mean? I got my man, Mark DeMoica. You know what I mean? I got Cherie Marlene Mercado. The Wonderful Butterflies is newly added to the building.
I'm in the building.
And I'm your boy, J Love, as always. And just want to remind you to reach for your best, reach for success, but most of all, reach for God, because God is love and love is everything.
Yes.
We out here. Yeah, I mean, we talk to you in a minute.
Peace.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We want to hear from you. Instagram at The Revolution Podcast, at JLoveOfficial, and at Mars Mindset.